The Epstein files just keep getting stranger. In these emails, he discusses giving people supernatural abilities through psychological stress, cloning people, and even designer babies, whatever that's supposed to mean. Let's start at the bottom here. This person named Gino Yu emails Epstein. He says, I'm in Paris and was about to write you and it popped up. She's a classic stage 3 in the model. Outlier who is intelligent, was traumatized when she was young, SA, and now gradually coming into her own and becoming self-realized. Starting to develop special abilities. This trip, we found a lot more stories like this, though she is more on the extreme side given her biographical history. Epstein responds asking what prompted his email. Then this guy goes on to say the caravan trip has been really wonderful in meeting people that are stage 3. These are people who are developing a different perspective of reality and discovering the gifts they have. He goes on to say, I understand that you were not happy with the results of the Cuba conference that you funded, but I feel like the work is very important toward helping people identify and recognize the gifts that they have, which may not be accepted or well understood by society today. He concludes saying new models are also possible, such as the alternative paradigms group are finding their way, new forms of knowing without knowing how one knows. And in this one, somebody named Brian Bishop emailed Epstein saying attached is the document you requested. It's the use of funds spreadsheet for the designer baby and human cloning company. This gets us out of the self-funded garage biology phase and the first live birth of a human designer baby and possibly.
Yo, so what I do know is that my gifts were developed under harsh pain and harsh turmoil. There is no way your spirit has got to, pressure makes diamonds. So that is a secret of the universe. That is something that evil people shouldn't know. But when they know, of course they want to trap somebody, bring them out, let them see their worst fear, and then torture them in order for their gifts to develop. And it just doesn't work like that. You could literally shock or kill someone trying to torture them
schizophrenic,
all at once in order for the gifts to develop, right?
And just literally going crazy.
I had reconstructive eye surgery on a private military base when I was 10 years old. CPS picked me up from my father's house after I was beat, but he held me while my stepmom beat me. So they went ahead, CPS picked me up, took pictures, gave me this toward a doctor, never put me on meds or anything, took me back to the house, and literally, bam. So next thing you know, again, eye reconstructive surgery on a private military base, one of the first successful, right? Knowing I was going back to a dysfunctional home, all right? Lastly, I grew up in Germany, okay? I never really had a father home. Let's just be extremely clear here. Father was there. My dad was just not present, okay? I literally was about to get kidnapped at one point. But they were taking me, trying to throw me into the car in front of my dad's house. My dad ran outside and picked me by the arm. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so I wouldn't get taken. I was chased through a wheat field at one point. Not only that, it was my dad used to have these people watch me in Germany. And they used to, take me and my brother to a swim bot. So in Germany, they got swim bots, a nude. So me and my brother was the only kids there, right? So, but they would so I feel like me and my brother was kind of sold in some type of way. And I feel like me being almost kidnapped that time, literally offered me candy, he knew. And so how was my dad right there? My dad ain't never home. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't never ever see my dad. The one time this man is there is the one time I'm about to get kidnapped. For real. And the guy had my arm. My dad grabbed me just in time. Y'all don't understand me here. For real. I'm not bullshitting. So now I got these extraordinary supernatural gifts, right? And literally, when I tell y'all I'm who I say I am, and to this day, everybody that I have encountered or ran into, what they can tell you is I'm a good person, or what they can tell you is that it's something they did wrong. And if somebody could tell you that they don't like me, it's their personal problem, and how people have just hated me for no reason. And like it's very weird. It's very, very weird. And now I see this, like, it's not like, look, what I'm trying to tell y'all, like, I'm not even trying to, like, look, listen to this man. Listen to this man. Like how they trying to get the keys to the universe. I am the Holy Grail. I am the Holy Grail. Hidden in plain sight. Protected the whole time from shit like this. Wow. One more example. So when we left Germany, well, we was living in Alaska at the time. And, you know, there's the mooses. Y'all know mooses is big as hell. So they tell you, you do not get in the middle of a mama moose and a baby moose, because the mama moose will trample you. So one time, my dad know I was gullible and like, you know, whatever, right? And he took the thing of coffee, he threw the coffee outside, watched it freeze, and he said, Mel. And I looked at the coffee, I ran outside to look at it. This man locked me outside. Guess what I look up and see? A mama moose and a baby moose. This nigga looked at me, smiling and laughing. To see. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand. This Epstein files is exposing not just the elites, it's the elites on many different levels. Thank God that moose looked at me and he felt my energy, and it was godly, and just looked at me and just prayed with me. You feel me? So ever since I told my dad I wanted to be a shaman and I want to serve God and use my gifts or whatever, he literally had this smirk, like on the phone. You could hear it. It was very devious. He offered me $500,000 and told me he didn't like my choice. Hung up on me. I haven't heard from that man in 4 years. I made a wrong choice, and I haven't heard from that man since. And he is the reason I told him, y'all see what I do? He's the reason my brother is severely disabled. He's the reason my sister is in prison for 223 years. He destroyed the entire lineage, yet is respected. Do you understand me? And was allowed to take everything from me. And is the deacon of a church, the minister of music, and a high official in the government. And I'm not done. Used my credit, gave me a credit card before I even went to college. Listen, on God, I already know for a fact this man has used my information, everything. I have tried to get help. I can't even now, he's the DOD of finance, the director of finance for DOD. Listen, y'all have no clue what I'm talking about, what I'm dealing with, or whatever. Everybody think they know, but they have no clue what this whole Epstein thing is. Clarity is bringing to me. I could sit here all day on some stories to tell y'all how these people, as I sat and watched them literally try to break me and laughed at me every time I was either pushed off a roof, bullied, beat up, and they tortured me and watched how similar the abuse is to develop my gifts only to milk me of my energy and my abundance, for me to grow up and understand that these people are into voodoo and witchcraft. How similar. And I am built of nothing but the holy white light of God. Freaking wow. All glory to God. Sin in love. I love y'all. It's time for a breakthrough. Unity is the key to our higher conscious universe. We cannot do this divided. I love you. Let's get woke. We need to know what's really going on. All right? It's time to not live in a box. Sure.